Hello guys, welcome to my property and mindset channel on my YouTube channel, and my name is Vincent. And for those who are watching for the first time, thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking the time and listening me, because today I would like to speak about how I acquired 2 lease option agreements in just 1 month, what exactly I've done, how I've done it, and this is something what I'm gonna share with you right now. And the reason is because if I've done it, and I didn't need to do, and it wasn't rocket science, so you can do it as well. You just need to take the action, you just need to take the steps, and you can do it as well. But if you don't know what is lease option agreement, I would highly recommend you to watch my previous video, because that is how I explaining what is lease option agreement is and how it works, because I'm not gonna explain it right now in this video. In this video, we're gonna focus how I've done it and how I acquired those lease option agreements. Okay, let's start. So, just to say, I acquired them by sending letters, okay? I was sending letters to the landlords, but not only letters, like simple letters like you would go, because I've been taught to go and find houses which are in negative equity and send letters to those properties. But the problem with those, a lot of those properties are they are empty. And if you send a letter to the empty property, will you get any answer? Probably not. You know, there is not many big chances that the landlords will go and pick up those letters and they'll read them all. And if they would do, you know, they'll have so many letters every single day. And so I wouldn't imagine that it would work that much. And I've done it. I tried this strategy and I sent around 300 letters over the period of 2 weeks. And from those 300 letters, I had 1 response and 1 response only. And from that, actually, I earned £200. I passed it to someone. There was a deal sourcer, there was an investor. They come together and they sell the deal, and I just for recommendation £200, which was okay. I was happy, at least I earned something, but it wasn't enough. Okay, it wasn't enough. I wasn't doing it to earn £200. I was doing it to get the house. And after I was thinking, how can I go about it that the owners will actually read the letters? And I thought if I could send a letter to the homeowner address where he actually lives, that would help, right? So, and but still, there'll be a lot of people, they'll be doing the same. They will go to land registry. This is what I've done, and I paid for title register, which is £3, and on the title register it says who is the owner and where they live. There is a home address, so you can pay for that and you can download this information and you can send them the letter. But I was thinking, okay, if I'm gonna be online, there'll be, you know, as many houses in negative equity. There's not gonna be thousands, or maybe thousands in all UK, but in the area where I was looking, there'll be some. And I think I'm not the only one who wants to send them, just the owners, the letters directly to their home. I'm not the first one who thought about that. So I was thinking, how can I do that so nobody knows about the house? So how can I send a letter to the owner address at home, and also to have a house which nobody knows about? So I knew that if I'm gonna be online on online market, right, Rightmove and Zoopla, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So what I've done instead, one day when we were refurbishing our first house, I was just passing to the shop to buy some milk for the coffee, and I've seen there was this house and looks kind of abandoned. And there was the neighbor outside, and I asked her, is somebody lives in that property? And she said, like, not for over a year, what I remember. I was like, okay, that's something. I was like, okay, do you know the owners? And she said, no, I don't know the owners. I was like, okay, not the problem. So I knew the property is empty for a year. There was no sign that it's for sale. I checked online. There was no sign anywhere that this property is for sale. So I was thinking, okay, that's a great opportunity. So I took the address, I paid the title register, I find out how much the property was bought for, and I quickly find out if they had the buy-to-let mortgage and they bought it in 2008, and they obviously now we can get 75% loan to value, but it used to be even more, even 90%, 95, 100%. So I find out that even if it will be 75% loan to value and there will be just interest only mortgage, so they will own that much, and property priced on that street in that condition are lower. So I found out that they'll be in a negative equity. So what I've done, I sent them a letter. I sent them the letter which stated that I'm a property investor, we are refurbishing this house just opposite of theirs. I've seen that their house is empty, and a neighbor confirmed with me. I told them the truth. I've been honest with them in the letter. I said I download the title register, I spent money on that, and that's how I found out where they live. And this is the letter I'm sending them, and I have some options for them to discuss. So if they are interested, please give me a call. And one day they called me, the gentleman, and he said that what I have to offer. So I started with recommendations like, have you been thinking of selling? They said like they can't because they are in negative equity, which I thought about that they might be, but I wasn't sure because I didn't know if they have interest-only mortgage. If they wouldn't have interest-only mortgage, they wouldn't be in negative equity, I think. And yeah, this is what I found out, all the information from them. And after I told them I can buy for that much, they wouldn't sell because they would lose the money. I said, all right, why you don't put the tenant inside? They said like they don't want because there are some work that needs to be done and they don't have a time, they live somewhere else. I was like, sure. So I've done the recommendation part. I recommend them to sell, I recommend them to get the tenant. This is what would be the best options for them, better to get the tenant. And they didn't want, so there was a third option. I said, I'm gonna buy for the money you want, but in a 7 years time, in the meantime, I'm gonna be paying you this rent. And they liked it, we negotiated a bit, and they agreed. So that's how I found the first lease option agreement house. And the second house, I found exactly the same. And since that, I'm doing it every so often. When I go on the viewings and have some gap, let's say 15 minutes there, 20 minutes there between the viewings, I'm not just sitting in the car and messaging people or, doing nothing. I go on that street, around the houses, and I see what looks abandoned, what houses looks empty and there is no sign for sale, because those houses, they need refurbishment, they need some attention, and there is some reason why the landlords, they are not putting them for sale. So I'm going over these streets, and when I see the house which looks abandoned, I write the address down, and when I'm at home, I download the title register, I send them the direct letter, and every letter is a little bit different because I'm trying to be very straightforward with the people, how I came about the house, what I would like to do, and if they are interested, they can get in touch. So that's exactly how I secured 2 reception agreements so far, and you can do it the same. You can do the same thing. And if you would like to see the first letter I send and get my first results in a lease option agreement, write me comment in here on my YouTube channel. Just say, yes, I want to see the letter or something like that, and I'll message you. I'm gonna send you the letter for free of charge. Okay, I hope that sounds good, and that'll be all for me for today, and have an amazing day. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.